It's easy to think of cities as just places we move through to get somewhere else, right? But what if the city itself is the destination? Today, we're going to use Calgary as our guide to explore how any city, yeah, your city, is this incredible landscape of hidden stories just waiting for you to discover them on foot. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche really hit the nail on the head with this one. This isn't just about getting your steps in or burning calories. It's about what happens to your brain when you just slow down. Walking unlocks creativity. It helps you see things from a totally new angle. It's about discovering the world around you and, a little bit about yourself too. And this is what it's all about. It's about finding the kind of beauty that just makes you want to get out there. Discovery isn't just about historical facts or dates. It's about soaking up the feeling of a place, its vibe, its color, its spirit, almost like an artist would. All right, so let's kick things off with the big why. Why walking? I mean, it's one of the simplest things we do, but its power is kind of profound. It's this amazing tool for clearing your head, shaking up a boring routine, and it's a surprisingly great way to really connect with the people you're with. And honestly, the best part is just how simple it is. You don't need any fancy equipment or expensive memberships. All you have to do is step outside your door. Whether you need to clear your head after a long day, put things in perspective, or just find something new, the rewards are right there, waiting for you. It's an adventure that's open to absolutely everyone. Okay, let's dive into our first big discovery, finding actual wilderness right in the middle of a city. You might think you have to drive for hours to find real nature, but I'm telling you, it's often hiding in plain sight, with some incredible surprises just off the pavement. So take Nose Hill Park in Calgary. From a distance, it kind of just looks like a big grassy hill. But when you walk into it, you find these incredible groves of trembling aspens. Their leaves are almost perfectly round, designed to catch even the slightest breeze. So the whole forest is in this state of constant shimmering movement. It's just beautiful. And here is where things get, well, kind of mind-blowing. An entire aspen grove? It's not actually a bunch of individual trees. It's often a single organism, a clone colony. Every single tree you see is genetically identical, all sprouting from one massive shared root system. So you're not just walking through a forest. You're literally walking through one giant being. And get this, think about the time scale here. Some of these aspen colonies are estimated to be over 6,000 years old. I mean, can you even wrap your head around that? That means this single living thing has been on this hill since before the pyramids were even built. That's the kind of ancient, deep time you can connect with right inside city limits. And the history isn't just in the trees, See these huge boulders? They're called glacial erratics, left behind when the ice sheets retreated. But they tell a more recent story, too. Hundreds of years ago, buffalo would use these exact stones as scratching posts, and you can still go there today, run your hand over them, and feel the smooth, polished spots their itchy fur left behind. And sometimes it's the little things that tell the biggest stories. This is the prairie crocus. It's one of the very first flowers to pop up in the spring, sometimes pushing right through the last bits of snow. It's this little burst of color, a sign of pure resilience, telling you the entire landscape is about to wake up. And you see how this natural history flows right into human history? Every street, every park, every building has a story. A walk through your city isn't just a walk. It's like you're time traveling through a living museum with layers and layers of history right there under your feet. Okay, let's jump in a time machine. Imagine seeing this headline back in 1910. Calgary was booming, and Hounsfield Heights was being sold as the next big thing, the most exclusive neighborhood around. The vision was huge, the dreams were big, and the future seemed totally golden. But you know how it goes. History had other plans. Just 3 years later, a recession and the looming threat of war brought the whole party to a screeching halt. That grand vision was basically frozen in time, and the neighborhood didn't really become what it was meant to be for almost another 100 years. A walk there today is a walk through a story of boom, bust, and some very, very delayed dreams. Some stories, though, are absolutely monumental. A stroll through Olympic Plaza in Calgary brings you face to face with these women, the famous five. They fought a legal battle all the way to Britain's highest court just to have women recognized as persons under Canadian law. And they won, back in 1929. This statue isn't just art. It's a marker of a pivotal moment in the fight for equality. And sometimes, history is shaped by the vision of a single person. This is the story of William Reeder. Back in 1913, he looked at this dusty, ugly, barren hillside and thought, I can make a garden here. For 3 decades, he brought in thousands of tons of rock and collected plants from all over the globe, proving you could create stunning beauty even in a tough climate. The garden is still there. It's his legacy. Okay, so we've walked through nature, we've walked through history. Now let's connect with the city as it is right now. Its energy, its people, its living, breathing pulse. This is all about experiencing the community hubs, the art, and the architecture that shape our daily lives. So what does a city's pulse actually feel like? Well, sometimes it feels just like this. This is Annie's Cafe, a restored foreman's house that's been turned into this cozy little hub. It's a place where people meet up, connect, grab a coffee. It's basically the heart of the park. The city's pulse also looks like its public spaces. You know, things like interactive sculptures where you become part of the art, or a stunning bridge that's not just for crossing a river but becomes a destination itself. These places aren't just things to look at. They get woven into the daily experience of thousands of people. And there's actually a science to why some city streets just feel better to walk down. It's this idea called a biophilic community. It sounds fancy, but it just means a place where we intentionally weave nature, like lots of trees and green spaces, into our neighborhoods. And studies show that when we do that, people get healthier, more productive, and even more generous. Turns out, nature makes us better neighbors. Who knew? So look, we've used Calgary as our map for this little journey. But here's the real point. This explainer isn't really about Calgary. I'm handing the map over to you. Because your city, your town, your neighborhood, it's also packed with stories, and it's waiting to be explored. The call to action is this simple. Seriously, you don't need a big plan. Just pick a direction and start walking. Pay attention to the little details you usually rush right past. And don't be afraid to take a wrong turn and get wonderfully, completely lost. Trust me, that's where the best discoveries are hiding. So I'll leave you with this question. The stories of ancient forests, itchy buffalo, economic busts, and visionary gardeners, they aren't unique to one city. Stories like these are everywhere. So what stories are waiting to be discovered right outside your own front door? The path is right there. The only thing left to do is take that first step.